What is up, guys? Welcome back to Wrestling Crossroads. As always, I am one half of your dynamic duo, Twisted, alongside Brother Pyro.
What's up, everybody?
So, I know today is Crown Jewel. We are yet another event in Saudi. But do you know what else today is?
Why don't you fill me in?
It is our 30th episode of Wrestling Crossroads.
Wait, seriously?
Yes.
Ooh, milestone unlocked.
So, do you want to get us started on this right away?
I will definitely get us started. First match we have on the card. Obviously, we are not sure that this will be the order that it comes in, but the way we're reading it, we have Raw Women's Championship on the line in a last woman standing match. Bayley challenging Miss Bianca Belair. Now, this one, in terms of our predictions, seems kind of balanced, relatively balanced. Where myself and Desario did go Bayley, and you, Flash, and Panda picked Bianca.
Mm-hmm. I don't see, unfortunately, the reign should have ended last pay-per-view. I don't see it ending yet. I don't see this being the one to end it.
I personally think it should be, because I love Bianca, but like this title reign has been nothing memorable, nothing special.
No, it hasn't been. However, I just don't see this being the one to end it.
And I think if she loses here, maybe we can get something out of her that we haven't seen in
you mean her
while.
heel turn that you're trying to get?
Not even just a heel turn, just something more with her and her character. Because, like, it's been very stale for a while now.
It has been very stale. I know you were talking about wanting a heel turn.
Heel turn or just a complete character repackage at this point?
At that point, she'd need to go away for a little while, so thinking injury reserve something.
Last woman standing match might be the perfect way to do that.
Might be. So jumping into the next match with another title on the line, we have the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships on the line. The Usos looking to cement themselves as the longest reigning tag champions, taking on Ridge Holland and Butch.
See, this is assuming that the U.S. was nice enough to let them leave the country.
Yes.
Just saying.
I know this one is up in the air. However, as up in the air as it is, everybody has chosen the Usos to win this. As much as we have agreed we do not want the Usos to win, and we'd rather the titles be taken off of them now, it's going to be the Usos either way.
The bloodline reigns supreme tonight.
Sadly. As much as I'd like it to be done, sadly.
No, I think honestly, like, it's actually worked out in the benefit of not only the tag team division, because it is making, if you look at what little tag teams there already are, each one has stepped up their game week after week after week after week after week to show why they should be next in line. I think it's kind of lit a fire under everybody's asses, and it is also, it's worked out for the company, because they are what are putting assets in seats. The entire bloodline is what is getting people to tune in and week out, getting people to buy tickets to every show to see what's going to happen with that.
See, I agree with that. However, at the same time, you say that, even with the little amount of tag teams that we have, they've stepped up, they've proven like that they are here and they can do this. But at the same time, it's also the same tag teams that are going for this. Aside from how little you have, when was the last time you saw Alpha Academy go for the titles? They're a tag team.
They are, and they've kind of run a joke. They are at this point no longer taken seriously, and are showing why each one is at this point more a singles competitor than a tag team competitor, if you've been paying attention to Raw.
Yes, but at the same time, that's still tag
Yes,
team.
they are, but
when was the last time they stepped up for it, even as a joke?
And even then, at the same time, they have their own thing going on right now, but I get what you're saying.
Yes.
I would like to see them back in the tag team title picture at some point, though, because I think they would. I did like a short of run that they had with the first title run.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. It was something fresh. It was something new, and I think a lengthier title run, another title run with a little bit more length, would be really fun.
Yeah,
I
could do
think
something good for their careers too.
But I think they need to rebuild the serious factor of them being pretty much the sole tag team on Raw.
Yeah.
Or one of, 3 at this point?
Yeah, pretty much.
Because we have them, the OC, and Judgment Day.
4 if we technically count the Usos, who jumps brands.
That's fair.
So
that's fair.
All right, take us in the next.
It is a battle of 2 Goliaths. 2 absolute monsters of human beings. You have the 7'3", 400+ pound Nigerian giant Omos taking on the monster of all monsters, Braun Strowman. Now, in this battle of the giants, you know this isn't going to be trick, high fly, this is going to be straight up haymaker.
I mean, I don't know. Strowman's got some flying underneath his belt sometimes. Omos can't really get his feet off the ground.
That's valid. I mean, he does that, his head's going to get stuck in the ceiling. Thankfully, this is more of an open stadium event.
Very much so.
But this is going to be a battle of just 2 buses colliding.
Yes.
And I am all for the carnage that will be ensued. So it looks like all but one chose Braun Strowman to walk out of this battle with the W. I am curious as to why Panda made her choice of Omos.
From what me and Panda have talked about, she kind of feels that with Braun being back, Omos has been kind of pushed way to the back, and this is kind of his way to come back to the front again if he does, win this battle between the two.
I mean, his only saving grace is that they paired him with MVP. He needs a lot more work if he's going to be taken seriously as a competitor.
But we all know.
And honestly, upon Strowman with the return and how hot it was and how hot he's going to continue to get, and him being a former Universal Champion and Intercontinental Champion in his own right, I think you keep the momentum behind Braun and continue to try to build him.
Well, hey, I mean, that's kind of just Panda's thoughts on it.
And I respect it. But, I have to play devil's advocate here.
Oh, yeah, you always do. Especially when it comes to Miss Panda.
It's what I do best.
So, speaking of Goliaths, we are also looking at another heavy-hitting battle in our next match.
Oh, a battle of the Titans.
Brock Lesnar taking on former friend Bobby Lashley.
Would you really call him a former friend?
I mean, I'd call him somewhat of it. I mean, I know that they were, younger years kind of leading up. But
they've never really been able to cross paths, whether it be in WWE, in the world of mixed martial arts.
I know if we're looking at,
Lashley feels Lesnar has been ducking him for the last 20+ years.
I mean, also, if we look at, the only other friends from, way back in the day that Brock Lesnar has, it would be Shelton Benjamin.
That is the only friend this man has.
I mean, other than all the money that he gets in. And, his tractor. Yeah, I thought you'd love that.
Okay, dude, rewinding back to the tractor, though. You cannot tell me that wasn't a great moment.
That was absolutely beautiful. However, when we look at the predictions for everybody, it is a landslide that Brock Lesnar walks out of this your victor, which is no surprise.
I mean, honestly, just think about and this is nothing against Lashley, but, Lesnar is legitimately...
the bigger ticket item.
Exactly. Why not press your bigger ticket item to take home the W?
Not even that, just pound for pound against each other, Lesnar is coming out of that the winner.
And even then, it's not by much.
No, I wouldn't say
not
it's by much,
especially
if it was an unsanctioned match.
I wish I would have been able to see this match in an octagon, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, even in there, Lesnar probably would have came out more or less winner by, skin of his teeth.
Oh, I think that one would have went to decision. At that point, because, first off, both these men have an incredible amount of stamina. Both are heavy-hitting, and both of them know their way around the mat, so it's not like you can really say either one of them has much of an advantage. Lesnar slightly in size. I think he's maybe an inch or two taller.
Yeah. No, I totally
A
agree.
little more build.
So you want to take us into the next one that I know you were very happy about?
All right, 6-man tag team action coming at you. You have the Judgment Days, Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and Dominic Mysterio Guerrero Ellsworth.
Pretty much. Pretty freaking much, man.
Okay, biologically he's a Mysterio. He looks like Guerrero, and
But he's got the fighting style of an Ellsworth.
Exactly. Taking on AJ Styles and the returning Good Brothers, Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, this trio better known as the OC.
Too sweet?
Too sweet. So, we have myself, Desario, and you, my dear, picking the OC to walk out of Saudi with the W. Flash and Panda picking Judgment Day for whatever reasons being their own.
I think I know why.
Rhea?
Yes. You got to think about it. That's their girl. And on top of it, Rhea is the factor that could make Judgment Day win.
I think the OC has their solution
to their Rhea problem. You think we see it in Saudi?
I think we see it tonight in Saudi.
I hope so.
Because it makes sense going into this match that you would have that.
I mean, we'll have to cross our fingers and hope that this is kind of the slow downfall of the Judgment Day.
Please.
I mean, this has just kind of been something that's, I think it's run its course.
Oh, Judgment.
I think at least where they are right now has run its course.
Honestly, Judgment Day ran its course the minute they kicked Edge out. Because
it could have been a lot better.
Oh, yes, but I think that it just felt too rushed. And honestly, this is a Vince McMahon issue, more a Vince McMahon issue than anything. Definitely should have. The lack of building up bigger stars and the injury to a few people,
yes,
caused a quick. I need a quick babyface for my show.
And again,
which being
that
Monday
was
Night Raw.
Yeah, that was on Vince's
and it's unfortunate, but again, I mean, granted, I do like where Judgment Day is now compared to where they were like 2-3 months ago. Like, they actually have some substance to them now.
Yes.
So I would like to see Judgment Day continue.
I do agree.
But I think it's time
to kind of give them their downfall. Slowly but surely.
To give them a small downfall to rebuild them.
Yes.
Make them more serious. Kind of what
they need.
More serious as a team.
Yeah. So jumping into the next match was one I know you were very excited because of the stipulation, and that was the steel cage. And we are talking about Drew McIntyre taking on Karrion Kross. So out of everybody, you were the only one that chose Karrion to walk out as victor. Does that mean you see an interference via Scarlett?
At some point, more than likely.
And is that what brings him the win?
Oh yeah, because it's honestly, it's what's gonna happen. Scarlett is the X factor. It is inevitable that she finds a way to get herself involved, like she has time and time again in the past. And again, Karrion's going to need the win a little more than Drew if you want to continue to build him as a serious threat to Roman's title reign.
Okay. I mean, I agree with you there. So, say Drew loses this, who do you put Drew up against next for just kind of keeping him at least relevant enough to possibly go for anything again?
I personally think at this point he loses to Karrion. You possibly drop him to the mid-card race.
Okay.
Where he'd be eventually matched up with Gunther.
All right.
And that would be a fun one to watch, those two bulls lock horns, in my personal opinion, just because they are masters at their craft.
Okay. I totally agree with you. I think that would be awesome.
And I wouldn't mind seeing Drew hold the IC title run. Or hold the IC title again. Because if we really look at it.
Thankfully, I understood what you meant.
Thank you. English is hard. I am running on like zero sleep at this point. But bring him back to the title that kind of built his name his first time in this company.
Yeah, most definitely. I think that it'd be a beautiful full circle, and I mean, builds him up to go for another title reign
Eventually,
for the bigger titles.
I think the IC title, and this is something that I hear especially a lot, via Dave LaGreca, Bully Ray, Busted Open Radio, finally getting the love from WWE that they freaking deserve, by the way. Thank you. You know what? With how much they get put over by that company, it's about time they got their flowers. But I see the US title and the IC title as this. They are the workman's title. They are the titles that you put on the back of somebody that you want to continue to build and elevate.
At least that's what they were meant to do, but Vince kind of went, we're going to
mid-card
ignore
titles
that for a while.
And now, and I personally agree with something that Bully Ray said a couple months ago. Keep your US and your IC title on TV if you're not going to have your world title, but like those are your main event titles on TV at this point. And I personally, I love that. And I think, the right champion or the right guy makes that champion. Drew could be, Gunther is doing an excellent job at it right now.
I think
Seth Rollins holding that IC title, fantastic. Yep. Seth Rollins holding the US title, absolutely fantastic. Gunther with the IC title, absolutely fantastic. These are guys that you want to build your company around. These are guys you want to continue to build and build and build and build.
And they've done it with Seth, so why not do it again?
Many times. Why not put him again in that position to build him up? Make him relevant. Make him worth.
Yes.
Get eyes on the product via those two guys.
I totally agree. Great. So, you want to take us into the next match?
Yes.
Now that we've kind of spiraled out of it.
Small tangent over. Next match, we have a rematch of this past Monday. Women's tag team titles on the line. By the way, am I the only one really happy that these titles are actually getting love right now?
Oh, no, I love it.
Because, for a while, they were kind of back burner forgotten. Nobody really gave a damn.
Oh, that's because it was the Vince McMahon era, and this is Triple H.
So you have Damage Control looking to regain the titles they once held so near and dear that were taken by Alexa Bliss and Asuka, your current champions. Going into our predictions, myself and Desario picked Damage Control to walk away with the win versus you, Flash, and Panda decided to go with the champions keeping the gold around their waist.
Yes. I mean, I know your reasoning for choosing Damage Control.
Again, if you're looking to make this faction relevant, this is the way you do it.
Yes.
Them losing the titles on Monday should have never happened.
And I see, more or less them kind of losing the ball with Damage Control already, so I kind of see it continuing. Unfortunately.
And personally, I think Alexa and Asuka are better meant as individual competitors, not tag team, not being put in the tag team division as lackluster as the women's tag team division is. They do not need to.
I just think when it comes to...
Why just throw them together? It does not need to be a thing.
I just think if you're going to finally solidify or re-solidify Asuka and Alexa as... individual superstars, that they need to have their heel turns, because both are great as heels, but you can't do that on Raw currently.
Alexa can be a fantastic face.
I just can't see her holding a women's title as a face, personally. I don't see it getting over with the crowd.
I'm trying.
She's never done it except for the tag team.
Okay.
So women's title, if you want her
but
in
honestly,
the big picture,
I do
can't
agree with
see
you.
it.
Asuka definitely needs to turn back into the badass that she at one point was.
That they're currently trying to work with Shayna Baszler on the other spectrum.
My god! And honestly, what they need to do there is just continue to build her to be this badass, to have her eventually just be like, Ronda, I'm coming for that ass next.
So,
but going into the main event.
Let's do this together. So we have the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. God, that's a mouthful.
Say that 5 times fast.
Oh, no. We have that title on the line. Mr. Roman Reigns, over 2 years of holding the Universal title, is putting his titles up against...
He is at over 1,000 days unpinned.
Putting his title up against Logan Paul.
I love that you gave me that, like, look of, did I really need to? But look, you usually like to throw out the fun facts. It was my turn.
I do usually like to do my fun facts.
So it was my turn.
I was more or less saving my fun facts until Survivor Series.
Okay, but that one was relevant as to what was going on here.
I mean, we could also see a Mr. Roman Reigns at Survivor Series, and we're probably going to. So we could have added up the days and went there.
Okay, we can circle back to that in 3 weeks' time, ma'am. Gosh.
Take us through the predictions.
Going through the predictions, you and Flash decided to be on Team Logan, magically believing he's gonna land that one lucky punch.
I do.
Do you? Okay. Realistically speaking, and this is not just you wanting the character of Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, the head of the table, to be dethroned. Realistically speaking, do you really think that is the way to go?
I think that there's a possibility that he could, because anybody could honestly dethrone a champion. Like me and you were talking on our way to get ready to watch this, and you had even said, had Logan Paul, who went up against Floyd Mayweather, had it been had
it actually been a match that actually counted for something,
yes, that counted, he would have won.
Oh yeah, easily. He would have or should have won that match. And when thankfully, again, it's a match that didn't go on record, and they still claimed Floyd the winner, whatever, at the end of it. But no, like, how do you, as an inexperienced boxer, take one of the pound for pound best defensive boxers, best boxers in the world in general, to the absolute limit? And if you guys actually go back and watch that fight, outperformed somebody that has had God knows how many years of training and championships and all this other, like, the knowledge and experience that he has, compared to somebody who I think that was like their first or second boxing match ever. And what did he do as an untrained professional?
He damn near beat the professional.
Damn near broke this man.
Okay, and now you're just speaking my case for me.
Okay, but the world of boxing is different than the world of professional wrestling.
However, since we looked at Mayweather's record versus Logan Paul's, let's look at his WWE. You have Roman Reigns sitting at 1,700 and something matches. That includes only his matches. That doesn't include winning. That doesn't include losses. Let's look at Logan Paul's. He's been in 2 and still won both of them.
I want to point out,
while putting the opponent to the limit.
I want to point out, though, one of those, he didn't pick up the win for his... No, he didn't actually... Because one of those was a tag team with The Miz at Mania. Mm-hmm. In which Logan Paul did show up. He did do a really great job. He held his own. Mm-hmm.
And that's what I see happening today.
Miz picked up the win for that one. Mm-hmm. His match at SummerSlam against The Miz was absolutely phenomenal. Glad he picked up that one. However, what you are going up against somebody that is seasoned for this business. Also, you have to remember the X factor of the rest of the bloodline minus Sami Zayn. Because think about it this way. You have Heyman in Roman's corner. Mm-hmm. You have the Usos, assuming the U.S. actually let them travel out of the country. And you have Solo.
Okay.
Logan has his brother in his corner. That's a 4-on-2 number advantage to Roman, and you know that's going to play a factor in what happens.
However,
in that match,
let's say the Usos aren't allowed to go.
Still have Solo.
Okay, let's put it that way. Usos are not here. We have Solo and we have Heyman. Heyman's not going to give his hands dirty at all.
Ever.
But you have his brother, who's a professional boxer at this point.
By the way, congratulations to him for beating Anderson Silva last weekend.
Who can match that with Solo.
I,
At least for the time being, enough for his brother to land the lucky punch.
there's going to be far more shenanigans.
There would be. However, you don't know. You don't necessarily know. He could land
and this
that
is why
one
this
lucky.
is a prediction and not
This is
future.
In stone.
Exactly. But I don't think the numbers line up for Logan Paul.
Hey, it could be in the stars. You never know.
Right now, it's honestly like if you're gonna have anybody dethrone Roman, if it's gonna be, it's got to be somebody a bit more experienced, a bit more. How do I put it?
Seasoned in it. I get it.
Like
However,
somebody that's actually a professional wrestler.
However, who's to say that he doesn't dethrone him and then immediately after goes on Raw and or SmackDown says, I'm going to separate the titles. Here's an open challenge on Raw. Here's an open challenge on SmackDown. I'm giving y'all your fucking titles back.
And as much as I would love to see the titles just separated at this point, again, I just don't think Logan Paul is the one to do that right now.
Again, who's to say? I guess we'll have to wait. That is our main event.
Yes. And again, this really is just a bring more eyes to the product, considering Logan Paul is more a social media star than anything else.
Oh, yeah. But like we've discussed, both brothers have trained for their own critique and have surpassed people that they shouldn't have.
Oh, yeah, no, they have surpassed a lot of expectations in a lot of things they have done.
So again, who's to say he doesn't do that tonight?
Well, like you said, we'll just have to wait and see. I'm very excited for that one, though.
Oh, yes. I think everybody is. I think everybody in the watch party is going to be very excited for that one. But that does conclude Crown Jewel, and that does conclude number 30. All
right, so we will be back to you after the event for our next episode, our recap, and you guys enjoy the show.
See you later.